Hello, bounding into comics. Star Trek host Will Wheaton claims Kyle Rittenhouse's judge, Schroeder, has a racist little white nationalist heart. Aww. Welcome to my channel. I am the Anti-Woke Warrior. Please remember to like, comment, share, subscribe. Make sure that you're still subscribed. When you drop a comment down below, really do appreciate it. It helps the algorithm, and it lets me know your thoughts, whether you agree with me or disagree. Sometimes, some of you have pointed out some really excellent things that I did not realize that allowed me to challenge my opinions and even change my opinions. So, appreciate that. Before we get into this article, I do want to issue a correction going along with leaving the comments down below. I made a video a few months ago about homosexual parking spaces being assigned in Germany. There was a lot of hyperbole around that subject matter. Apparently, to be clear, which I was not perfectly clear in that video, there is no assignment of these parking spaces to a person who is homosexual or a foreigner, an immigrant. It's just a mural that happens to be in a parking lot, and it's in front of 3 parking spaces. So, just say a little bit less egregious than what I had indicated in the video that I did on that subject matter. Just want to make sure that that was clear, that I am not here trying to peddle hyperbole or dishonesty. I'm only here trying to find the truth, whatever that may be, and challenge the woke narrative, which we know is not at all true. It's all lies and hyperbole. So let's take a look here at Will Wheaton and what he has to say. The host of The Ready Room, a Star Trek YouTube show, Will Wheaton, recently claimed that Judge Bruce Schroeder, who presided over the Kyle Rittenhouse case, has a racist little white national heart. Oh, of course he does, because he disagrees with you. Newsflash, Will Wheaton, you're white. Wheaton made his comments on his personal Facebook page. That's right, he doesn't have Twitter anymore because Twitter is not far left enough for him. He wrote, we all knew Rittenhouse was going to walk, and it's still infuriating. You know, I wonder if Will Wheaton were in the same situation, if he would be trying to get out of going to prison. He then proceeded to go after Judge Schroeder, typing out, "Shout out to Judge Schroeder, who got the result he worked so hard to ensure. His racist little white nationalist heart must be full of joy today." That's Judge Schroeder right there. Wheaton wouldn't stop at going after Judge Schroeder. He also targeted Kyle Rittenhouse as well. One user who claims to be from Germany would ask Wheaton for clarification, stating, wasn't Rittenhouse cleaning graffitis and trying to protect people, which had nothing to do with anything, from guys who were sneaking in to riot? The user continued, from things I found, he was trying to protect a gas station getting lit up with a burning dumpster by rioters, and later getting chased by those guys, one of which was said to be a prosecuted pedo and bad person kind of guy. He then asked, and one of the chasers, who later was a witness, confessed he had a gun pulled out on Rittenhouse, chasing him and pointing at him, which got the witness shot in the arm. And this confession and a lawyer asked dumb questions about some amendments, which got him yelled at by the judge without the jury in room. Of course, I do not condone violence or something, but some sources say he was defending himself while helping people. And the only crime he really was guilty of was carrying a rifle, he added, and he wasn't even guilty of that. In the United States, you are allowed to carry firearms. What do you know? Second Amendment says you have the right to keep and bear arms. I used to think it said the right to keep bear arms, which meant I could have bear arms. Bad joke, I know. But you should be able to carry, whatever kind of rifle you want. Why wouldn't you be allowed to? It's in the Constitution. Please not get me wrong. I just want to understand, and maybe you can enlighten me about said facts, the user concluded. And here we have the thing we just read. Wheaton responded to this user by describing Kyle Rittenhouse as a murderer, something which he is not, as the jury found him not guilty of all charges. Wheaton wrote, "No, everything you're asking about is based on right-wing lies deliberately spread to make this murderer more sympathetic." Shut up, Wesley. That's so horrible. Did you not watch any of the trial? Everything came out in the trial. It was all there, and you can just look at the raw video. The raw video shows him shooting Grosskreutz and shooting Huber. They were both attacking him. Grosskreutz had a freaking gun. It was pointing at Kyle. Even admitted he was pointing it at Kyle right in the freaking trial. Wow, Will Wheaton is like, he's like a flat earther. I mean, literally, this is like, no evidence to the contrary. No, I don't believe it. Nothing I see, nothing to see here. It's all fake. Damn. You have been misinformed. Those sources you cite are lying, he added. What the heck? However, it's actually Wheaton who is wrong about everything. Rittenhouse was indeed cleaning up graffiti. We have pictures of that. He was also protecting a number of car source lots. That's weird. You mean used car lots. And while they aren't the gas stations, they are car dealerships and appear to offer automotive services as well. One of the men who assailed Rittenhouse and was then shot and killed by him in self-defense was Joseph Rosenbaum. Rosenbaum was indeed a convicted pedo and registered kid toucher offender. Court documents obtained by Wisconsin right now showed that Rosenbaum was charged by a grand jury with 11 counts of child touching and inappropriate kid touching, including butthole insertion, self-pleasuring in front of children, and forced oral copulation with children, and showing minors inappropriate images. That is freaking, in Germany years ago now, was it like 6 years ago, maybe not that long ago, maybe like 4 or 5 years ago, there was that immigrant who came to Germany, and then he anally penetrated a little boy against the boy's will, of course. Nothing happened to him. It was a sexual emergency. Oh, I had to do it. It was an emergency. No, it wasn't. These people need to be shot. Rosenbaum needed to be shot. I'm not going to quibble about this at all. It's not a punishment. I don't think that Rosenbaum should have been punished for what he did. He should have been ended. Why? We need to make sure that our streets are clean of this degradation. I don't care who you are. I don't care what kind of record you have before you. If you go around and you force your body into another human being, especially a child, then sorry, it's over. You give up your right to life at that point. You don't want to have that right to life. The victims were 5 boys ranging in age from 9 to 11 years old. He was convicted of 2 amended counts as part of a plea deal, reported Wisconsin right now. And then there we have Mr. Wheaton in the flesh. Hard to believe he's 49 years old. I wonder when this picture was taken. He looks pretty good for 49. He's going to be 50 in like 7 months. Another one of Rittenhouse's assailants was Gage Grosskreutz, who testified under oath that Rittenhouse did not fire on him until he pulled his firearm on him and advanced on him. That's a lot of hymns in there, but what he means to say is he pulled his firearm and advanced on Rittenhouse. You can watch his testimony below. The part where he admits that Rittenhouse only fired on him after he aimed his firearm at him and advanced on Rittenhouse begins around 2 hours and 52-minute mark. Judge Schroeder also disciplined the prosecutor Thomas Binger for commenting on Rittenhouse's post-arrest silence, which is afforded him under the 5th Amendment to the United States Constitution. You can watch that exchange below, which we already know about all that. Wheaton would then respond to a user claiming, "Hunting humans is a legal activity, I guess." Shut up, Wesley. "Hunting non-white humans is A-okay, apparently," said Wheaton. Huber, Grosskreutz, and Rosenbaum were all white. Are you like functionally retarded? I mean, seriously, you have to be functionally retarded to think this way. At the very, if not totally retarded, what the hell? I mean, the Kyle Rittenhouse trial was a political trial. The Derek Chauvin trial was a political trial. The Ahmaud Arbery trial was a political trial. We're going into this. We're going into this trial of Kim Potter. That's going to be another political trial. Although with Kim Potter, I do think that she should be held accountable for what happened in that situation to some degree, because she knows what weapon she had. Why else would you have a bullet chambered? I mean, I'm no firearms expert, but it seems to me like you'd have to have a bullet chambered. Why would you have that bullet chambered unless you're planning on firing your gun? Why do you walk around with a bullet chambered in your holster? You're going to shoot yourself.
I just f***ing shot myself.
But these are political show trials, and they're just putting on trial justice in the United States, and the left is winning. Sure, with the Kyle Rittenhouse case, I mean, that's an open and shut case. It shouldn't even have gone to trial. It was so overblown. It's like, pff, if you convicted Kyle on anything there, it would have been like, there would have been riots probably, actually, if you'd convicted him on anything. I'm surprised there wasn't riots for not convicting him, but there definitely would have been if you'd convicted. None of the individuals shot and killed in self-defense by Kyle Rittenhouse were non-white. Yep. Anthony Huber and Joseph Rosenbaum look white, right? Huber has red hair. Gage Grosskreutz, who was also shot in self-defense by Kyle Rittenhouse, is also white. The commenter would point this out, albeit describing Rittenhouse's assailants as victims. Wheaton responded to the individual writing, "They were, and the people who will now be hunted with impunity by white supremacists will largely be non-white people, because that's the way America works." Who are these people being hunted? Who are these non-white people being hunted? Please tell me. Yes, there was a time, especially in the South, when this happened. There was lynch mobs. There were atrocities committed in the name of race in this country. There have been for hundreds of years. It's illegal. It's been illegal. It's always been illegal. I'm reading a book on the Pilgrims right now. There were criminal trials for the murder of natives by Europeans. This is not something new. It's clear Will Wheaton is a disgusting individual who appears to knowingly lie to his followers. Yes, he does. But before we move on from Will Wheaton, I want to add, in the immortal words of a person who's never done anything to anger the masses, this other minor celebrity. You know him, you love him. Kevin Smith.
You're cruising for a beating, Wheaton.
Thanks, Kevin. You said it perfectly. We want to look here at Pedro Pascal, a wonderful human being who's never done anything wrong. Gina Carano, on the other hand, pointing out that we need to be neighborly and support each other. She's an evil Nazi. I first came across Pedro Pascal in a movie called Prospect. I did not enjoy him in that movie. I was like, who is this freak? He looks like a freak of nature. I look at his face and I'm like, what's wrong with him? Like somebody hit him in the face with the ugly brick. But he's on TV. And then he chooses to do The Mandalorian, a show in which his face is going to be covered 90 to 99% of the time, somewhere in that range. And then he complains, oh, I need to have my face on camera more. Nope, you chose that role. Too freaking bad. That's the role you chose. Sorry that's going to impact your career negatively, but don't play that role then. The Mandalorian actor Pedro Pascal mourns Kyle Rittenhouse assailants. Appears to libel Rittenhouse. Really. Pedro Pascal, who plays the main character, Din Djarin, in Lucasfilm's Disney Plus series, recently mourned the assailants of Kyle Rittenhouse. Rittenhouse was found not guilty by a jury of his peers on all 5 counts. Rittenhouse was charged with first-degree reckless homicide. I'm not going to read through those. We already know that. The first charge, first-degree reckless homicide for killing Rosenbaum. Video showed Rittenhouse. Okay, so we know what the video did. We don't need to see that again. Rosenbaum also has a lengthy criminal record, including being a registered S offender. We already looked at this just a moment ago in the last article. Yeah, he was doing things to little kids. And because of that, I'm not shedding a tear over him. Rosenbaum would eventually be convicted of sexual conduct with a minor in the second degree during a plea deal. The charge of first-degree intentional homicide was for killing Anthony Huber. A video presented during the case showed Kyle Rittenhouse fall to the ground as he was being pursued by a violent mob. While on the ground, Huber attacked Rittenhouse with a skateboard, hitting him in the head. After being attacked by Huber, Rittenhouse fired his rifle and killed Huber. Yeah. The crowd chases the suspected shooter down in Kenosha. He trips and falls, then turns with his gun and fires several times. Shots can be heard fired elsewhere as well, corroborating reports of multiple shooters tonight. Okay. Like Rosenbaum, Huber also has a lengthy criminal record. Heavy reports that Huber was a reported domestic abuser. In fact, they note his most serious came when he was found guilty of a felony for strangulation and suffocation domestic abuse. Yeah. So if you get into a domestic abuse situation and you slap somebody upside the head because you want them to stop yelling at you or stop nagging you or something, change their behavior, that's pretty bad. You shouldn't do that. If you start strangling somebody in a domestic abuse situation, that says to me you're trying to kill that person. You think you should be doing that? I mean, it's like, we were arguing, so I decided to strangle her. Why did you tried to strangle her for what? To get her to stop arguing with you? Yeah, to get her to stop. That's it. To get her to stop arguing with me. You know that strangulation leads to death, right? You can kill somebody. No, I was just trying to get her to shut up. That's all I was trying to. Yeah. Whoa. Seems like there's better ways to handle that situation. He was also convicted in that case of felony false imprisonment with a dangerous weapon, domestic abuse. I like that. With a dangerous weapon, as opposed to those non-dangerous weapons we have out there. This is my feather sword. I will tickle you with it. Ha ha ha. On guard. I mean, where do these people come up with these crazy notions about what is what in this world? Pascal mourned the two assailants and criminal convicts on Twitter. He also appeared to libel Kyle Rittenhouse, claiming that Rosenbaum and Huber were murdered when, in fact, a jury ruled that Rosenbaum and Huber were the assailants and Kyle Rittenhouse was defending himself. He wrote, Joseph Rosenbaum, 36, and Anthony Huber, 27, murdered on August 25th, 2020. Rest in peace. This isn't the first time Pascal has posted something abhorrent on his social media. Back in November 2020, Pascal shared a meme comparing supporters of Donald Trump to Nazis. Yes, of course. Last time I checked, that the supporters of Donald Trump don't want to end an entire race of people. You know, I have a coworker who is Asian, and he voted for Donald Trump. And guess what he is? He's more conservative than I am. He claims he's a libertarian. That word gets thrown around a lot and misused a lot. He's not a libertarian from what I can see. Maybe he is. But he believes in having fewer government-supported programs than I do. And he voted for Donald Trump. I didn't. So what does that tell you? Losers in 1865, losers in 1945, losers in 2020. The MAGA hat. What do you make of Pascal's comments? Do you think he just opened himself up to a civil lawsuit? Yep, he did. Let's see what we got going on over here. At Screen Geek, Pedro Pascal facing backlash over Kyle Rittenhouse tweet. Following the Kyle Rittenhouse trial verdict on Friday, in which Rittenhouse was found innocent by the jury, many took to social media to give their opinions on the outcome. Some agreed with the verdict, while others disagreed. And as usual, the topic was a big one on social media. Many different actors and people in the entertainment industry shared their thoughts, including the Mandalorian actor Pedro Pascal. I like how many disagreed here. So others disagreed right here. Okay, others disagreed. If this was happening to you, if you were being attacked by somebody and you happen to have a gun, and you use that gun to defend yourself, and in the process you killed the people who were attacking you, would these people who disagree have a different opinion? Because you can go on and argue, well, he shouldn't have been there all day long. The fact is he was there. Doesn't matter where you are, the right can come to you. The right could happen in my home. Does that mean that I have the right? Oh, once it's in your home, you have the right to defend yourself. But if you go there, then you don't have the right to defend yourself. So then in other words, I just have to stay home all the time and hope nothing bad happens to me? How am I supposed to get food? If I go to the grocery store and somebody attacks me, that happened right here. I live right by a grocery store and somebody attacked somebody in this grocery store here. Physically attacked them and mugged them. Beat them down, stole her purse, and ran. That just came to that person. If she had a gun on her, she could have defended herself, and I would have had no problem with it. Somebody's attacking you, you are allowed to shoot them. It's that simple. If you have a gun and somebody tries to grab it, like Rosenbaum did, Rosenbaum grabbed the gun, guess what's going to happen? If you're lucky, you're not getting shot. Most likely, you're getting shot. Taking to Twitter, the actor posted a picture of Joseph Rosenbaum and Anthony Huber, saying, Joseph Rosenbaum, 36, and Anthony Huber, 27, murdered August 25th, 2020. Rest in peace. At the time of writing, the tweet had over 25,000 responses. You can view the tweet and some of the comments below, of which some support Pascal's stance and others are against it. It's like two people who are violent criminals removed from the world. One was a kid toucher. This is such a strange tweet. You're memorializing two guys who died because they were actively attacking a young man, a minor, mind you. Yet, when someone in your industry is recklessly killed on a film set, you tweet nothing. Or did I miss that? Yeah. When Alec Baldwin shot that lady, I don't think Pedro Pascal said a thing. Neither were murdered. Both were aggressors in this situation who happened to have a long history of violence, including for the guy on the left. Child touching. Pick better heroes. Yeah, pick better heroes. Freaking, oh my God, Pedro Pascal, you're such a piece of garbage. One of them touched children. Are liberals that stupid? Yes, they are. And this is not liberals, by the way. This is just the woke. The woke are that stupid. The woke think they know everything. No matter what they think, it's correct. Just don't leave them alone with your baby Yoda. That's right. They just lay out their different crimes. You can look at that. I'll leave a link to these articles. He just publicly honored a guy who anally penetrated a young child and tried to murder a teenager. Yep. We have him on video claiming he's going to kill Kyle Rittenhouse. And then he attempted to, and guess who lost? One glance at these comments tells me some right-wing media has used this tweet to froth up their listeners. I bet none of you follow this account or actor. You're just following instructions. Well done, free thinkers. Yeah, okay, setters. You're so smart. Yeah, you're right. I don't follow Pedro Pascal because I find him to be abhorrent. So when I find out he said something stupid, I'm going to point it out because I'm against the woke. I take my stand right there. So yeah, I'm a free thinker. And when I'm wrong, I admit it. I'm here to try to figure out what is the best way of being. Being woke is definitely not it. The guy who works for Disney is defending child rapists. Seems about right. Yep. Do you guys really believe, you know what? It's interesting. The word Pedro, if you drop the R out of Pedro, what do you get? I'm not saying that he is one. I'm just saying that's a weird coincidence. Do you guys really believe Pedro wrote this himself? Even if it is a certified account, doesn't mean he wrote it by himself. Someone might have wrote it for him. Oh, yes. That's okay then. You're right. What was I thinking? The verdict is a sad indictment of this country, the justice system, and the systemic racism that so many are deaf, dumb, and blind to. My deepest condolences to the Rosenbaum and HUBER. This has nothing to do with race. Absolutely nothing to do with race. Nothing at all. But these people just cannot. They gotta hold on to their ideology. They gotta have it. They're so dogmatic. It's about race. It's about race. Dude's a redhead. How do you get to have red hair unless you have white ancestry? It looks like Rosenbaum might be a redhead too. Well, he's bald, but I mean, his beard looks pretty red. I don't know what to tell you. There are black people with blonde hair. That does happen. There's a race of black people that have blonde hair. Even Mando knows when someone is murdered in cold blood. If you have a problem with his take, don't watch his stuff, okay? But you will because you lack conviction. I don't want to see everyone who's complaining watching season 3 talk about Grogu. Thank you. I've complained about The Mandalorian not being that good. The first season was okay at best. The second season was better. I didn't give Disney any money to see those things. I don't know what to tell you. I'm not going to give Disney any of my money if I can help it. Because I don't like them. And I don't want them having any power. You know, these people will sleep much better at night, I know, when their benevolent overlords, Disney, rule the world, I'm sure. They're gonna just sleep like little angels. The world's gonna be perfect. There's gonna be no Kyle Rittenhouses. Yikes. Whatever one's take is on Rittenhouse debacle, these two should not be treated as murdered victims who deserve to rest in peace. Just shows how ignorant many Hollywood folk are, needing social media justice points to stay in that liberal mob think. Yep. A serial child penetrator and a woman beater. Something you want to tell us, Pedro? Yeah. So sad to see the right trying to cancel you. Apparently having a different opinion is enough to try to ruin your life these days. I don't know that anybody called for Pedro to be fired. Did anybody? I think he should be fired because he's not a good actor and he doesn't have the looks to play the part that he's playing. I don't want to see his face on screen, basically, is what I'm saying. And you know what? If you're going to support kid touchers, yeah, you know, I draw the line at like criminal behavior. The problem that we have here, Bobson Dognut, is that people are getting canceled over saying things. It's not about their opinion. They're getting canceled over just saying, oh, you know what? I think that we should do away with Medicare. Well, we got to cancel you. That's immoral. I don't know if that's an issue that people are getting canceled over, but you know what I mean. They're honestly getting canceled over opinions. This goes beyond an opinion. You're saying that, hey, look, we should mourn the loss of these violent people who are attacking a child. We should mourn that. It's so wrong. These guys were murdered by a child that they were attacking, and they've attacked other people in the past. The one especially attacked children. And finally he got his comeuppance. It's so sad. So you're calling for the support of this sort of behavior. It's not about an opinion in this case. All these people saying that they were awful people anyway is effing sad. Doesn't matter how terrible they were. They didn't deserve to be killed by some kid with a gun he shouldn't have had. They deserved the law to deal with them, to go to court and be put in prison, not killed. I disagree because I believe in capital punishment. And I don't believe, like I said, I don't believe in it as a form of punishment. I just believe there's certain people they need to be gone. They're too inhuman. They're such monstrous individuals. HUBER, maybe not. Definitely Rosenbaum. Rosenbaum penetrated a child, literally 9 to 11 years old. You are glorifying a person who does that. It's not the first time that Pedro Pascal has faced backlash online, as the actor received criticism for tweets regarding the 2020 election following actress Gina Carano being fired from The Mandalorian. for her own controversial social media post. Yeah, it was so controversial. We should love each other. We should be neighborly to each other. Yep, that was very controversial. Wow. So, Pedro Pascal, you know, I'll probably watch season 3 of The Mandalorian. Not because I want to support him, but because I want to see how bad the show is going to be. Maybe it'll be good. I doubt it, but maybe. Anyway, wow, this one got me worked up. It worked up pretty good. I wanted to make sure that I covered these two people before we got too far away from the Kyle Rittenhouse trial and moved on to other topics. Anyway, thank you for watching. I do appreciate everybody stopping by and supporting my work. Please remember to like, comment, share, subscribe. Make sure that you're still subscribed, and I'll see you in the next video.